Hey everyone, hope you're having a good week. So far on this channel I've given you a lot of information about the guitar itself and about technique, about how to hold your pick correctly and all of those sorts of things. Today we're actually going to play something on the guitar, so if you don't have your guitar with you, I want you to just pause the video for a moment and go get your guitar, and then come back and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so let's get into it. So first of all I'm going to show you this picking exercise that we're going to do, and then once I've played it, then I'll explain it to you. Have a listen. Okay, obviously that's not a song. Well, not one that I would listen to anyway. But this is a really good exercise for you to do to improve your left hand flexibility and your finger strength, and also to coordinate your left and right hand, which is actually something very important. So you've got to actually be picking the string there with your right hand and playing the note with your left hand at the same time. So this is going to help you to develop that skill. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take our first finger. If you remember, that's our index finger on our fretting hand. Okay, we're going to start on fret 3 on the 6th string. So just a refresher, if you remember, it's strings 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these are frets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so we're going to start off with our first finger on the 6th string on fret 3. Okay, we're going to take our pick. Again, just a refresher on how we hold our pick. Just going to make that OK sign, holding it in our index finger and thumb. Remember not to hold the pick on your knuckle like that. Hold it like this. Okay, and then with your right hand, you can just, as a beginner guitarist, you can just have a couple of fingers just resting there on the face of the guitar just to keep you nice and steady as you play through. Okay, so we're going to play that first note, and then the next note there with our second finger on the 4th fret. Third finger plays the 5th fret, and our 4th finger plays the 6th fret. Okay, we're doing that on the 6th string. Okay, let's stop and talk for a minute about finger placement with your left hand. What you want to do is place your finger nice up and close to that fret there, not further back this way. If you come further back this way, you're more likely to get a dead note or a buzzy note like that. Not such a good sound. So you want to get that finger up nice and close to the fret. Okay, remember the left hand technique that we've talked about, have a bit of a bend in your wrist so that you can get a bit more on your fingertips. Okay, so you want to play that note nice and close to the fret there. Okay, and then what you want to do is coordinate your left and right hand so that as you play that next note with your left hand, you're also picking it with your right hand. Remember, if you are left-handed, this is all in reverse. You know what I mean. Okay, with your 4th finger, that's your pinky there, that's probably going to feel like a little bit of a stretch. Okay, remember that you don't have to keep your fingers down as you play through those. Okay, what you want to do is, as you play through those notes, you release the previous fingers like that. And then we go to the 5th string, and we're going to do the same thing there, the 5th string. Same technique, same principles apply. Then we go to the 4th string, going to do exactly the same thing on the 4th string. This gets easier for your left hand as we go further down that way. 3rd string, into the 2nd string, and then to the 1st string. Okay, so again, you want to make sure that you're picking the note at the same time as your finger comes down. So if your left hand is too early, it's going to sound like this. And that's not what we want at this stage. And likewise, if your right hand is too soon, it's going to go. That's not the technique that we want just at the moment, okay? So make sure that your left and right hands are coordinated as you play through those notes, keeping your fingers up nice and close to those frets. Once you can do that one on the 3rd fret, what you can do is move up to the 4th fret and start the process again there. as you practice, it will start to get a little bit easier for you. Okay. Remember also that in terms of practicing, practice is not just about learning what to do. It's also about training the muscles in your hands. So you're talking about finger strength here, finger flexibility. So if it feels quite tough to do this at first, don't give up, right? So sometimes it's not an instant thing. It's not like there's an app for this. There are apps obviously for learning guitar, but nothing replaces practice, because it actually takes time for your muscles to stretch out and become strong, to get your fingertips nice and tough so it doesn't hurt when you play. So just spend some time going over this. So now we're on the 5th fret. You can do the same thing on the 5th fret. And we're stretching those fingers out as we go. You'll notice on the guitar that the frets are different sizes. So down here the frets are wider, up here they're narrower. Okay, and that's to do with the intonation of the guitar, to make sure that it's playing the correct actual pitch when you play those notes. Okay, so that's why it's important to practice down here. Down here's a little bit harder because the frets are further apart, so you have to stretch a bit further. As you come up this way, the frets are closer together, they're narrower, and so it's actually a little bit easier at this end of the guitar. So if you're struggling a bit, you might actually want to start up here on the 7th fret. Okay, as you come further up the fretboard, depending on what type of guitar you have, on a classical guitar, playing on the 9th fret there is going to be a little bit difficult, because you've got this part of the neck there starting to get in the way, and you're going to hit the end of the fretboard there. So the 9th fret, depending on how old you are, how big your hand is, you can play the 9th fret, but that's as far as you can go on a classical guitar. Unless you've got a cutaway, or if you've got an electric guitar, you can go further up the fretboard. You can go up as far as you want, up to the end of the fretboard there. Okay, if you can do that and that starts to get easy, okay, I've got a more advanced one for you to try. Okay, have a listen. So this is going to start on the 7th fret this time. Okay, and we're going to go like this, and then we're going to stretch back a fret, stretch back a fret, back a fret, and then back to the 2nd fret. Okay, as you build up speed, it'll start to sound like this. At this stage, I just want you to stick with the downstrokes with the pick, downstrokes. Okay, so just picking down on all of those notes. If you're already a more advanced guitarist and you've learnt to use alternating picking, then you can use alternating picking for these exercises, going down, up, down, up. Okay, but for you beginners, alternating picking is a more difficult technique. It's something that we're going to talk about later on in another video. Alright, so that's your video lesson for this week. I hope that's helpful. Just remember, it might not feel natural to begin with. It does take time for your fingers to get strong and flexible, and for your wrist also to get flexible as well. So just take your time with that, and as we go forward with these lessons on YouTube, I'm going to be starting to teach you some more things, like how to actually play little tunes and how to play chords, those sorts of things. But for now, just work on that left hand technique and coordinating your left and right hands, and that's something that will be really helpful to you. Alright, I hope that's a helpful lesson for you guys. Remember to like and subscribe, and tell your friends if they are interested in learning guitar to check out this channel. That would be great. Alright, have a good week, and I'll see you next time.